Hello, church. So here's our devotional for Friday, May 8th. We just finished up a service for Sandy Kaiser. You have likely gotten word within the church family on the passing of Lil Master, and we'll be doing Lil service on Monday. And you can check details for that, so I'm not saying too much online. Today we finish up Proverbs 29. And we get into our numeric saying. So there's going to be this formula that Van Leeuwen will be talking about, and that I think you'll pick up. Reading this section, I was very much reminded of Aesop's fables and looking for wisdom and lessons in the midst of nature. So I hope you like this one. Now, I've marked that incorrectly. So we finished off, I believe, at verse 15, and we will finish up our section today. 3 things are never satisfied, 4 never say enough. Sheol, the barren womb, the earth ever thirsty for water, and the fire that never says enough. The eye that mocks a father and scorns to obey a mother will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley and eaten by the vultures. 3 things are too wonderful for me, 4 I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship on the high seas, and the way of a man with a girl. This is the way of an adulteress. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wrong. Under 3 things the earth trembles, under 4 it cannot bear up. A slave when he becomes king, and a fool when glutted with food, an unloved woman when she gets a husband, and a maid when she succeeds her mistress. 4 things on earth are small, yet they are exceedingly wise. The ants are a people without strength, yet they provide their food in the summer. The badgers are a people without power, yet they make their homes in the rocks. The locusts have no king, yet all of them march. Can be grasped in the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. 3 things are stately in their stride, 4 are stately in their gait. The lion, which is mightiest among wild animals and does not turn back before any, the strutting rooster, the he-goat, and a king striding before his people. If you have been foolish, exalting yourself, or if you have been devising evil, put your hand on your mouth, for as pressing milk produces curds, and pressing the nose produces blood, so pressing anger produces strife. So part of Van Leeuwen's comment talks about and sorry, I got to clear something off because it's doing stuff. It is talking about in the Near Eastern time period that this phrasing of X and then X plus 1, so 3 things and then 4 things, is a really common pattern that they're playing around with, and we hear it in a few different spots. This is the closing portion on the last couple of verses for commentary, because one of the things you can often lose in translation, and I'm curious to see how Peterson deals with it, but very often there are puns, so plays on words that will happen in Hebrew that we have a harder time putting into English, and we have some of those happening, which is what he's going to be talking about. For 32 to 33, these verses present a humorous sketch with a serious point. There is danger in elevating oneself. If you've made that mistake, silence yourself by putting hand to mouth, a symbol of dismay and humiliation. The pressing of the hand to one's mouth leads to a humorous chain of parallels. In verse 33, nicely captured by the NRSV's repeated pressing produces, there are here some delightful puns. The word for curds plays on the word for wrath. And in the last line, pressing anger, which makes no real sense in English, puns in Hebrew because the word for anger is the dual form of the word for nose, which you heard a little bit earlier in the scripture. And now here's the message. Three things are never satisfied. No, there are four that never say enough. That's enough, thank you. Hell, a barren womb, a parched land, a forest fire. An eye that disdains a father and despises a mother, that eye will be plucked out by wild vultures and consumed by young eagles. Four mysteries, that's his title. Three things amaze me. No, four things I'll never understand. How an eagle flies so high in the sky, how a snake glides over a rock, how a ship navigates the ocean, why adolescents act the way they do. Wow. Here's how a prostitute operates. She has sex with her client, takes a bath, then asks, who's next? Thank you, Eugene Peterson. Another title, Four Intolerables. Three things are too much for even the earth to bear. Yes, four things shake its foundations. When the janitor becomes the boss, when a fool gets rich, when a whore is voted woman of the year, when a girlfriend replaces a faithful wife. Mercy. Another title, Four Small Wonders. There are four small creatures, wisest of the wise they are. Ants, frail as they are, get plenty of food in for the winter. Marmots, vulnerable as they are, manage to arrange for rock-solid homes. Locusts, leaderless insects, yet they strip the field like an army regiment. Lizards, easy enough to catch, but they sneak past vigilant palace guards. Four dignitaries. There are three solemn dignitaries, four that are impressive in their bearing. A lion, king of the beasts, deferring to none. A rooster, proud and strutting. A billy goat, a head of state in stately procession. If you're dumb enough to call attention to yourself by offending people and making rude gestures, don't be surprised if someone bloodies your nose. Churned milk turns into butter. Riled emotions turn into fistfights. Oh my. So, a fun ending to Proverbs. I said 29, I think. Yeah, Proverbs. No, that is 29. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm confused now. No, 30. We are in 30. We finished 29. We're in 30. And next, we're going to be starting at 21. Woo! And I just said 21, 31. Wow. Yeah. Okay. On that note, we will be back with you at some point in the future with some portion of scripture from Proverbs to draw us to conclusion. We'll see everybody later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.